Hello again, everyone. Welcome you all to this another important topic in your postgraduate diploma in digital marketing course, which is web analytics, measuring digital marketing success. Now, this is going to be an introductory session, introductory video for this topic. You'll be learning more details on web analytics and measuring digital media success in another classroom session conducted by one of our lecturers. Now, in this session today, in this video today, I'll be basically introducing you to web analytics, the different aspects of web analytics, certain technical aspects and marketing aspects. So with this understanding and with your classroom session, I'm sure you will get a very thorough understanding of web analytics. My name is Suranga Piyashanta, and I'm sure most of you have come to my or gone through my other online sessions. I basically did the search engine marketing session, SEO, search engine optimization session as a video lecture, and also did the content marketing, introduction to content marketing and email marketing module in this course as a video session. So I'm sure you have watched those videos. Therefore, you know me already, and I don't think I need another introduction again. If you need, you can go back to my previous videos and you can know more about me and what I do in this course as well as in my career as a digital marketer. So straight away coming back to our topic, digital marketing. In digital marketing, one of the most my personal opinion is this is probably the most important in terms of the strategic marketing aspects in digital marketing. I personally like this topic very much, mainly because this is a topic where you can actually wear your marketing hat, the strategic marketing hat, as well as your analytical hat if you are a statistician or a person who is interested in data, analytical aspects of decision making. This is another important topic, as well as your technical hat. If you know, if you have some sort of interest in technical implementation in digital marketing, this is actually the best topic that I would say, because as I said earlier, you will apply your knowledge equally in marketing, in decision making, or strategic marketing, in data analysis and statistical skills, as well as your technical implementation skills. So for a person who have all these skills, and for a person who really enjoy mixing these skills in a more practical environment and make decisions and discover very important insights in your websites, within your customers, within your audiences, target markets, this is really an amazing topic. um, so when it comes to marketing as well as digital marketing, especially traditional marketing, this is a very popular quotation, a statement done by John Wanamaker, who some believe the father of modern advertising. And later on, this became a very popular quotation in many textbooks, as well as in academic as well as practical publications, presentations. What it says is, half the money I spent on advertising is wasted, but the trouble is I don't know which half, which is a very valid statement. When it comes to marketing, you know, actually, if you're already into marketing, you have a marketing budget, you have um, a, you have a set of marketing goals based on your revenue goals, or your marketing goals, which are split into different product distribution, advertising objectives. You have to do campaigns, you have to do a campaign roadmap, You'll be doing one campaign in your first quarter, then you'll be doing another follow-up campaign in your second quarter. When you do your campaign planning, if you have a big budget, actually you tend to allocate certain amount of money in your print print advertising, a certain amount of money in your electronic advertising, say for example TV or radio, and certain amount of money budget on digital advertising. So you do your media plan, and then you spend accordingly, and at the end of the day, if it is a successful campaign, you may realize that you actually achieve your goals, the campaign goals or your marketing goals with the advertising campaign, the marketing campaign you did. Say for example you spent 1 million for that campaign and you have successfully achieved your marketing objectives, but or sometimes you may not have achieved your objectives. But the problem is, the advertising campaign, the marketing campaign worked 100% or to a certain extent, but you don't know which campaign actually produced that result. Is it Was it the TV campaign which was actually really successful, which reached the audience, the right audience? Was it the newspaper campaign, or was it the hoarding outdoor campaign, or was it the digital media campaign, or is it a combination of everything? If you just leave out the digital media, digital marketing aspect, for example, think about the situation in companies where they are not actually relying or spending a lot on digital marketing, or big companies who still spend millions of the money in traditional media advertising. They know they're driving sales, increasing their sales because of their marketing campaigns, but unfortunately they really don't know which part of the campaign actually worked, which channel actually worked. This has become a very big problem in marketing when it comes to evaluating the performance, measuring the performance. Sales increased, you spent your whole marketing budget, you know you don't know which part of that campaign was successful. But when it comes to digital marketing, the good thing is this problem can be solved to a greater extent. I wouldn't say it as 100%, but to a greater extent, because most of the activities you do in digital marketing can be measured. You can set objectives and then can be measured, and then you can evaluate your results. So that is what we are going to discuss today in this topic, in analytics and measuring digital marketing success, how to do this. So you will realize the problems you have in your traditional marketing activities can be made more accountable, more realistic, with this kind of uh, strategies, digital strategies, through analytics, implementation of these tracking and measurement techniques, reports and analysis techniques. And the most interesting thing is, at the end of the day, every dollar you spend, every rupee you spend, can be attributed to a certain type of campaign you have done in your digital media activities, in your digital marketing campaign. So in this video session, actually, I'm going to mainly discuss about this: what is web analytics, type of web analytics, and the advantages of web analytics, how web analytics work, setting KPIs to measure the success of your website, an introduction to Google Analytics, and analyzing data for actionable insights as a concept. Now, before we discuss about web analytics, let's go back to this the foundation, the basic concept that explains what digital marketing is. If you can remember my search engine marketing session again, where I explain this model, which very clearly summarizes the whole scope of digital marketing. Now, the way that I define digital marketing is actually all activities related to achieving your marketing objectives using internet and web technologies. Now, in digital marketing, same as your traditional marketing, You are trying to achieve all your marketing objectives, which definitely include your revenue objectives. But in this case, all those activities are going to be based on digital media, online or internet and web technologies. That is why the internet, digital media is actually at the center of this model. And there in this definition, I identified three basic components like a triangle. The very first thing is you do a lot of your marketing activities, marketing communication activities through digital channels to attract the audience. So that include your social media activities, search engine marketing activities, email marketing activities, content marketing activities, display advertising campaigns. Almost all topics that you have so far learned are actually coming under this section, marketing communication based on digital channels. And then you attract this audience to your website, your platform, where the exchange is actually happening, which I identified as the website or your social media profile or your mobile application. That is where people actually come and see what you have to offer in terms of products or content or any other type of information you have to present. And then you are expecting their money or their attention in order to achieve your revenue objectives. So that exchange is where that platform is where the exchange is happening. And then the third aspect is post conversion or post sale or post transaction activities. You created your campaigns, attracted the audience. Now you want to measure the effectiveness of your activities. Now analytics is actually fitting into this section, this part of the whole model, the definition. So as a definition, web analytics is the collection, reporting, and analysis of web data. The focus is on identifying measures based on your organizational and user goals, and using website data to determine the success or failure of those goals and to drive strategy and improve the user's experience. Now, forget about the definition. If you just go back to what I just explained in my previous slides, this is actually a process of measuring the success you achieved in terms of revenue, in terms of your website visit, in terms of the user engagement on your website or on your social media platform or on your mobile application. How many visitors came, what did they do, how long did they spend on your website, what did they buy, what products at what price, what are the pages they visited, why they exited your websites. So you try to measure all this data, all these actions by collecting the user data on your website, measuring them, and put them, organize them into reports, and then you analyze them. So it's a process of measuring, creating reports, and analyzing. And based on this analysis, you will discover some new insights, new knowledge about the performance of your website, of your campaigns. So then you will make decisions to further improve your website, further optimize your website, further improve your campaigns, marketing activities, and achieve your goals. And based on that, you will refine your goals, and every year this will go as a process. So there is no like starting point or an end point to this whole process. It is an ongoing process where you set goals, measure the success through data collection, reporting, and analysis, and then taking further action to optimize and improve your performance. So this is the whole process of web analytics. So when we get to a more practical implementation topics, then you will definitely understand the cyclical process of the entire concept. Now, some of you may already know about Google Analytics. Now, when it comes to web analytics, I would say 90% of your time, study time, as well as your actual practical implementation time with your website, in your company, in your career, will be spent on Google Analytics. But I want to make it very clear that when you say web analytics, Google Analytics is just one type of web analytics. In addition to Google Analytics, there are many different types of web analytics techniques. So I want you to at least understand the basic idea, the basic concept of those analytical techniques. Even though Google Analytics is the most heavily used, most popular platform for measuring performance or collecting, reporting, and analyzing all your digital marketing activities. So, what are these different types of web analytics or techniques or options available? Now, these different, now I have a list of 12 items here, but it doesn't mean that the entire list is just limited to 12 items. There could be a lot of other similar items or combination of all these items, all which I have already listed here. Uh, at the same time, understand that each of these items are actually serving different requirements, different aspects in your web analytics activities. Now, analyzing server logs. I'm just going to spend a couple of minutes on every topic, and then we'll be spending taking more time on explaining Google Analytics. Now, when you have a website, when visitors visit your website through their web browsers like Chrome or Firefox or Internet Explorer, now what happens is these web browsers are requesting pages from your website. There could be hundreds or thousands or millions of visitors visiting your websites through their internet browsers. So browsers are requesting pages from your website, and the website is actually delivering those pages to the users' browsers. When these pages are requested from the website is hosted on a server, on a machine, saved on a machine. So this machine is actually keeping a track of all the requests coming to the website. We call it traffic, not the traffic that you know in on roads. When it comes to digital marketing topics, traffic means all the requests coming to a website. All the requests are coming in the form of user activities most of the time, but there can be non-user activities as well, creating requesting resources, pages from your website. Forget about the user and non-user part. Just understand that when a website is live, when users access that website, the meaning is there are the hundreds or probably thousands of requests are coming to that website requesting some information. Your web server or the computer where the website is hosted is actually keeping a track of all these requests in a document called log file. What you see here, which you can't see the details, these are like, no, this is like a text file. It has the timestamp and from where this request is coming, and a lot of other details about this request, which page, from which country, from which IP, at what time, and whole lot of from which browser. All these informations are recorded, tracked by the server log. This is a huge document. If you just, for a given day or for a period, you will have a very long huge document called the server logs. By just reading the logs, you can understand nothing basically. But there are certain software where you can put this server log file into the software, and the software will nicely analyze and interpret that data and present that information in a more user-friendly graphical manner like this. So it is actually a more analyzed summary version of your log file, telling you how many requests you got from which countries, for which period, what is their composition, like, from which browser, that sort of uh, information. So this is basically a software that can analyze the log files and present a more presentable version of your user activities, traffic activities onto your website for a given period of time. This was the most popular sort of analytics method technique used, I would say, 10 years ago. Yeah, somewhere around no 15 years ago, I would say. But then after techniques or methods like Google Analytics, the value, the importance of server log based analytics products have hugely depreciated. But I just explained this so that you understand what this means. The second method is analytics by page tagging, where Google Analytics and similar platforms are based on this kind of methods. I'm not going to spend time on this slide for now, because at the latter part of this session, I'll be explaining more on this technique. Then campaign analytics. Now, I'm sure you have already done your Google AdWords session or social media advertising session. Now, when you do Google AdWords, you have to log into Google AdWords backend or the platform, and that is where you set up all your campaigns, ad groups, keywords. And when you do a campaign, then you can see how many impressions you have got, how many clicks, what is the click-through rate, what is the CPC, what is the average position, what are the conversions and conversion rates, what are the keywords. So all these campaign data and campaign analysis can be done within Google AdWords itself. So this is actually the reporting and analytics part in your campaign platform. So these are campaign analytics, which also includes the performance measurements analysis of the success of your campaigns. So you have this with your Google AdWords campaigns or your display campaigns, or with your social media advertising campaigns within, say, for example, Facebook as a similar platform. And this is another method or another aspect in analytics: performance optimization testing. Most popular term in this under this topic is A/B testing and multivariate testing. Now, for this you need the assistance of sometimes Google Analytics or Campaign Analytics or similar other analytics platforms. Here the idea is, I'll take for example A/B testing. Let's say you run a campaign to sell let's say, what is this one in yeah, payroll provider. So let's say this is a software that this company is selling. It is a payroll management software, and you want to generate leads or request potential customers. You want to collect this detail, and then follow up with them and finally sell this software to them. So your campaign's main objective is to generate inquiries. So you can do many different campaigns and drive traffic, drive users to a page where they put their details, submit their details for you to do further follow up later on. Now, this page is the page that you are driving traffic, driving your visitors, where you have a headline, a nice image, a short description, and a form with where you collect all your required data from the customer, and a contact number. Now you spend a lot of money on this, and you let's say you have a conversion rate or success rate of, let's say, 10%. Out of 100 visitors coming to this page, 10 of them are completing this form. So that is your success rate, 10% success rate. You are happy. You, with every 100 visitor, you have 10 successful form completions, inquiries generated. And is that the optimum, the best solution, the results you can achieve? What if you change this, the layout, to a different format, If you do that, will you be able to achieve, let's say, 15% success rate? So that is from 10% to 15%, which means it is a 50% growth, 50% increase in your performance, efficiency, performance. So to do that, you have to actually do another version. Instead of driving all 100 visitors to one page, you can now do an A/B test. You have two versions, or if you want, you can have three versions or five versions, depending on your ability, your budget, and everything. You can do different versions of the same page and drive equal amount of traffic or different proportions of traffic to these pages and see the success rate. Say, for example, if you have three versions, this version is getting, say, 10% success rate, this version is getting a 15% success rate, another person is getting 7% success rate. After there are products called A/B testing platforms, which uses certain statistical modeling, statistical techniques to collect this data and finally analyze and tell you the winning version out of three versions. Okay, this one, which is having 15% conversion rate, is the most successful version based on a 90% confidence rate. So confidence rate means in this statistical analysis presented by this product, the analysis platform, it says there is a 90% chance that, or success confidence level, that if you use this version, your success rate is going to be continuous. You can maintain that success rate with this version. That is the simple idea of A/B testing. It's two different versions or multiple versions, and then you drive traffic, visitors, to all versions equally, or to whatever the proportion you want. And the product, the A/B testing software or the platform, after a certain period of time, can tell you the winning version, if there is a winning version. Sometimes it might tell you, no, there isn't a winning version, all versions are equally performing. So it is up to you to decide which version you are going to use. Multivariate testing is actually another advanced version of A/B testing. In that case, say for example, you take this one, the one on the right hand side. In multivariate testing, what you do is, at a time you change uh, many different variations. The most popular type of A/B testing is, you create exactly a similar one like this, and you, instead of this button color orange, you can change to green or red and see what is the difference. Sometimes you will be really, really surprised to see that by changing the color alone, the performance sometimes can significantly change. Significantly. There are hundreds of case studies available on the web about these A/B test success stories. Just by changing the color, or the word inside the button, or this message here, the headline, or the main image, by changing one element of a page, the success can be dramatically changed. There is a very popular case study, not just one, hundreds of case studies. But when Barack Obama presidential campaign, digital campaign was done in 2007 or 8, that was one of the very popular A/B testing case study. You can see, Google about that, and you will find a lot of information. Just by changing the colors, just by changing certain words, how they have increased the success of their online election campaign. So that could be a homework for you. Just go and Google about the Obama digital presidential campaign, digital campaign, the A/B test study, case study. So this is a now that is about A/B testing. What I wanted to explain was multivariate testing. Instead of changing just one element at a time, you can change multiple elements at a time. Say you change the headline and the text, button color and the text. So the same page, but you at a time take one or two or multiple elements and change them and create different versions and see which version is actually giving you the best results. So that is called multivariate testing. So this is another form of analytics, analysis, and performance optimization. And there is another a similar analytical platform which we call Google Search Console, or the old name is called Google Webmaster Tools. In my session on search engine optimization, if you can remember, I told you if you do SEO, the very first thing you have to do is to set up a Google Webmaster Tools account or Google Search Console account, which is a free account, free service by Google. That is your main communication channel with Google search engine. So if you are optimizing your website, if you are doing SEO, the main number one requirement is setting up your Google Webmaster Tools account or Search Console account. So there also you have these kind of analytical reports which shows for which keywords your website is appearing, how much of traffic you are getting from Google SEO listings, and what are your click-through rates, what are your ranking, are you ranking on the first position or the second position or the second page, and all whole lot of other information. What are the errors in your website, which pages in your website cannot be accessed, what is the loading speed of your website, and wealth of information. So for SEO people, this is this is your the most important decision making analytics platform. Then user testing, another way of measuring the effectiveness of your website performance. This is a more traditional method is getting some users to use your website and then looking over their shoulder and see. When I say over the shoulder means like not always physically, sometimes you can do this remotely as well. You ask them, you give them a task. Let's say you invite 20 people, tell them buy something from our website. So that is the task. Then you carefully observe the way they browse your website. Are they going to the home page? Are they going to Google? What are they searching? Are they going to the website search option? What are they searching on their website? What are the pages they click on? What are the buttons they click on? How do they scroll down, or do they scroll down? How long would they scroll down? How long they're spending time? Are they following the path that you expected, or are they getting distracted by certain aspects on your website? So that kind of information, the problems that you wanted to solve can be solved by observing the behavior of the users. So you now that can be done with only a sample of users. It could be like 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, and then observing their behavior with your website. So as I told you, this can be done physically as well as remotely. Now, again, as a homework, as an assignment, actually, if you have your own website, if you have your company's website, if you have control over your company's website, a very interesting thing you can do is there is a, a service called Hotjar, Hotjar, hotjar.com. That is a very interesting website which has an analytics product. You have to install that on your website. And what it is actually doing is it it captures the entire user screen. Let's say if I visit your website, what are the pages I'm looking at, from which browser I entered your website, was it mobile or was it desktop, how long I spent on your website, what are the pages I clicked on. It basically record as a video the entire screen behavior of the user, and then you can log into the platform and watch each and every video separately. So it's like you're watching how your website users behaved on your website. So every click activity, every form filling activity that they did, you can just watch as a video. So these are actual user behaviors on your website, recorded as videos and available for you to see or understand the behavior of your users on your website. So the website name is called hotjar.com. There is a free version, a very interesting one if you really want to try out. And customer surveys, you would have seen, like when you visit websites, different pop-ups coming and then asking you several questions of your feedback. So this is another way of collecting user information. Eye tracking and click tracking methods. Now, these are some advanced, very expensive analytical or performance evaluation techniques, performance measurement techniques. You again invite a sample of your website users and get them to wear certain type of equipments, tools to measure, to monitor the performance of their eye, the movement of their eye when they browse your website. Are they getting distracted by a particular type of a video? Are they actually paying attention to the form that you want them to fill? Basically, it is an analysis of the design aspects of your website, the usability of your website, by looking at the eye behavior, eye movement. Similarly, click canal. Now what you see on the right hand side of the screen, these are called heat map analysis. The areas which are red and orange, especially red, is the area where a lot of clicks activities have happened, or where if this is an eye tracking analysis, this is an area a lot of people have paid more attention in terms of looking at the website. So these tools are also available to see the effectiveness of your web design, the presentation of information on your website. As I said, the traditional methods could be costly, but tools like Hotjar, for example, and there is another one called Crazy Egg, uh, and I can't remember. There was another very popular tool. Yeah, Crazy Egg and Hotjar are very popular to do this kind of analysis. Yeah, so we discuss about eye tracking and click tracking. And then social media, social monitoring, reputation management, and social analytics. Now if you have done your social media topics, I believe you have done reputation management or social monitoring, social listening. That is basically to see to monitor the social media space, to understand what your users are doing or what your users are talking about your brand. Are they mentioning about your brand? Are they tagging? Are they submitting comments, reviews about you on forums, social media channels, comments? Are they positive, negative about your brands and about your company? This is basically monitoring the discussions happening in social media about your brand and company and the people in your company. For these, you can use tools like Hootsuite, and even with Facebook and Twitter, they have their own social monitoring platforms. Google Alerts, you can set up free Google Alerts for certain words. within Google. If that word appears on a website, then you will get an alert. So these are all measurement, analysis, optimization tools available to you. Then mobile analytics, similar to all these analytics uh, services, techniques, and tools available for websites. Same type of tools and services are available for mobile applications as well, to measure the effectiveness of your mobile application. Then competitor intelligence analysis. Now, everything we discussed now so far are actually aimed at analyzing the performance effectiveness of your website. But when you do planning, you want to understand how your competitors, other players in the industry, are performing. What are the keywords that they are ranking? What are the keywords they are bidding on? What are the type of EDMs they do? How much of traffic they are driving? So there are many different free and paid tools to gather that type of competitor intelligence as well. One good tool is, when it comes to search engine marketing, a very good tool is uh, search SEM Rush. And there is another free tool called Similar Web. And there is, I think, another site called compete.com, or competitor.com, or compete.com. So all these tools, services are designed mainly to give you some type of competitor intelligence, so that you understand how they perform and you can compare your performance with them. So I believe now you have a very good understanding of different types of tools, techniques, services, products, software available in this space to measure the effectiveness of different digital marketing aspects of your digital strategy. Okay, in the next topic is going to be the advantages of web analytics. So I'll cover that in my part two of this video.